And I'd like to welcome you all to our Thursday 1:30 p.m. session with Cyber Seniors, where Annie will be discussing all about AT&T connected learning. So Annie, again, if you can introduce yourself and what you'll be covering today, we'd appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for coming on to our session.
Hi, everybody. So, for those of you who know me, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, my name is Annie. I work for a nonprofit organization that helps seniors with technology. So, today we are going to cover a topic that is called AT&T Connected Learning. This is an initiative that eventually involves a series of self-directed free short courses designed to familiarize you and other people with technology basics, sometimes concepts that we overlook as part of technology. And we will run a workshop on iOS devices. I mean, we have limited amount of time, but I hope that we are gonna get to do most of the things, including common apps, adding and deleting apps. And if we have enough time, by the end, we will have, like a couple questions that you can participate in. All right, so with that being said, what I will do then is I will use my slideshow. And when you guys can see that, especially Alex, you can use your thumbs up to let me know that you can see what I'm trying to show you.
Oh, you're good to go, Annie. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
good to go. Thank you, Leon. I also saw Leon pointing, saying, okay, wonderful. Alrighty, so the topic, as I mentioned, is going to be AT&T Connected Learning. Connectivity is considered the new pen and paper for those of us who are in a technology base lately. All right, so before anything, I will start with my disclaimer. And let's go to the disclaimer. And just keep in mind that presentations are intended for educational purposes only and do not replace independent professional judgment. Statements of fact and opinions expressed are those of the participants individually and unless stated to the contrary are not the opinions or positions of Cyber Seniors. Cyber Seniors does not endorse and assumes no responsibility for the information content, precision, or completeness. Keep in mind that the sessions are audio and video recorded and may be published in different video and audio forms and also different platforms without further notice. So that being said, I think we can get into the actual presentation. And here we have the skills that are part of this connected learning program. So we start with connectivity, and the idea with the AT&T Connected Learning Center is that in local nonprofits organizations, you can access free resources for students and their families alike, including high-speed internet, computers, tutoring, and also mentoring. So apart from the courses we are going to be covering today, this connected learning has other portions that perhaps you can check after this presentation. I have included some links in the presentation that you can take a look at if you have, youngsters at home or you are a caregiver as well as a older adult. You can check some of the resources available for this population. In terms of the skills, they have implemented or are implementing something is called digital navigators. These individuals are being trained nationwide to help communities join the online world for those who have much more challenges doing this. And they offer support at home as well, and even devices and digital skills through courses such as the ones we are going to be covering today. The value of this is that many people without internet at home overlook the benefits of signing up for it, right? Most people would think, I don't need internet, I don't need to use technology, but increasingly connectivity provides access to essential services and opens the world of resources that can support not only learning, but other activities you might be part of or want to be part of. So connectivity is a bridge to possibility, improving the way we move through our daily lives, succeed in work, for those of you who may still in the workplace, or perhaps if you are studying something. And also it gives you a fair chance in the global economy, right? If we know how to use technology, we also have access to a lot of opportunities and resources. However, not everyone has access to the opportunities that connectivity brings. This is the digital divide and why people refer to when they say digital divide, right? The demand of technology and how many people can access technology. And today it hinders of millions millions of Americans from having the information they need to thrive in this modern world. AT&T is driven to connect people and is using its full reach and resources to bring the benefits of internet to all people. That is how they are closing this digital divide by focusing essentially on access to affordable high-speed internet and learning the skills and community resources that encourage people to stay safe and succeed at adopting technology. So here is the first portion of this AT&T Connected Learning, which is AT&T Screen Ready. This initiative shares tips and tools to help families manage their online experience. They also teach you how to practice healthy digital habits and fully participate in today's connected world. Alongside expert collaborations, AT&T empowers safe and positive connections on all screens, whether that is smartphone, tablet, computers, you name it. And when you visit the website, and you have here a screenshot of that, when you visit the website, you will find the URL in the search bar, right? That is usually here, and it's screenready.att.com. And essentially, when you go to this URL, you can see the display content display at the bottom, similar to what you see on the screen right now. Alex just put the link in the chat. Thank you for that, Alex. And this is, where you will start in this journey of AT&T Connected Learning if you want to just go through digital literacy, digital safety, or perhaps if you have kids at home and you want to learn more about how the internet can be a better and safe environment for them, you can go to this option as well. So with that being said, you can get tips and advice for your family. Is also a great starting point for understanding safety and security concerns when using the internet. You will find information that explains confusing social media terms, for example. Like not all of us know the lingo of social media, and sometimes you will hear the younger generations talking and you may not know what that is about. So here you will find a little bit of that. You also have information on how to identify fake news and rules for safe smartphone use. I mean, we all, likely a lot of us in this course or session today use a smartphone. And in this portion, in this URL, you will find also tips to learn how to stay safe while you use a smartphone. Now you have here digital safety. This is also part of that screen ready URL we just went over. And online safety starts essentially with all of us. AT&T Screen Ready addresses digital safety as another critical aspect of using the internet. It offers plenty of resources for staying safe online and protecting yourself, your family, and your devices with something is called Cyber Awareness Portal. So they have a portal just dedicated to learn more about digital safety online. So whatever that might look like, you will find plenty of literature in this URL that I have included here for you guys. You can take a look at that after if you wish. And when I go to this Cyber Aware portal, So here is another link. So each of these slideshow has embedded the links. You can click on it once you receive the presentation. Once you find the URL mentioned above, you can be directed to AT&T Cyber Aware page using the tab Awareness, and they will present you with tips to avoid fraud and improve security. Common security concerns, whether that is account protection resources, fake email or phishing, which is a tendency these days, smishing, which is a type of phishing via text, ID theft, identity theft, which is also a concern among the North American population, I believe, and right now all over the world, robocalls and unwanted calls. And lastly, here you have also a cyber aware blog with timely news and information to stay cyber aware and better protect your devices and your data online. So these are different things that you will find in this AT&T connected learning. So it's not only about the free courses, but you have plenty of resources such as the one we are discussing now. So you can take a look at that. Something else that I found when I was creating this presentation was this option. If you use AT&T as your service provider, you probably have an option that is called AT&T Active Armor Mobile Security Application. So if you are a AT&T wireless customer, you can check out this application to manage and block spam calls. Also, it will help you secure your data and learn more about how organizations have data breaches and hackers access that, and therefore these systems get exposed. So if you want to understand that or you are passionate about cybersecurity, this will teach you more about that. So in this particular function, you will, of course, need a compatible device and service with AT&T. Otherwise, you cannot access. And there will be terms and restrictions applied to this service. But if you have AT&T services, perhaps you can give them a call and check if you can access this tool, which I found very interesting when I was checking this resource. All right, continuing with digital literacy. And notice that every single slideshow has a link associated with them. Those are links that you can explore and take a look at the information I'm bringing for you today. So digital literacy these days is an essential part of the AT&T Screen Ready program, which is the portions we've been covering. The company provides learning resources that users can implement to gain the skills and confidence to participate fully, safely, and responsibly in today's digital world. And they have a portion for those of us who want to start from the very beginning that is called Technology Basis, or Technology Basics, sorry. So if you are new to computers, mobile devices, and haven't used them for a while or need some form of refresher, this is a portion of this AT&T Connected Learning program that you can take a look at. And when you go to that link, screenready.att.com/digital literacy, it will look something like this. So you have here technology basis. These series of self-directed short courses are designed to familiarize yourself with technology basics, very basics, and they walk you through different skills as you go to the courses. So we are going to take a look at this right now so you have a better understanding of what I'm referring to. And I'm going to be using the link, and I hope, Alex, that if you are seeing my screen, you can let me know that we still see this, right? So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the
you're
portal.
still in your browser.
Okay, yeah. I'm just asking because sometimes I share a screen and sometimes the browser doesn't show, even though I'm using the slideshow. So that's what I was asking, but thank you. All right. So I went to the URL, screenready.att.com/digital literacy. And we are going to explore today because obviously we are short in time, but you can do this on your own time. the technology basics. And if you want to explore that, all you have to do is just go to Start Learning, and you will click there, and it will take you to a portal that looks exactly like you see on the screen. So you have multiple things here, from navigating a website, basic search, intro to email, beyond the basics of email, using a Windows computer, using a Mac computer, getting a start with a computer, basic of video conferencing. In this one, I assume all of you are quite experts right now since you use Zoom so much. And this is the one we are gonna use for reference, so you have a grasp on how that looked like for you. So if I click in any of these courses, please notice that you have a little bit of a description as to what does do once you click it. How much time would you spend? We are not going to spend that much time. We are just going to do a little portion of it. When you click in the course of your choice, then what will happen is that you will see how many activities you have in each course, the amount of time you will need, and what kind of skill is required for you to complete it. I mentioned in the slideshow that this can be something that you use if you are just starting to use electronic device. I know most of you know how to use electronic devices, but you can perhaps share with somebody else. Or if you want to take a refresher on electronic devices and some aspects related with technology, you can use this as well. So here, what we are going to do is we are going to use the option of common apps, adding and deleting apps, and a little bit of mobile device settings. So we are gonna use those today. And after we go over that, I will show you a couple things more. But before I jump into that, let me stop my screen share because I need to share my audio that I did not share before. And in that way, once I start playing the course, you will be able to hear. And I will need Alex to confirm that you can
Yes.
hear anyway. All right. So we are going to start with common apps. So when you want to start a course or a portion of each of these courses, all you have to do is just click in Start, and then it will play that for you, such as it's doing for me. Here is a little bit of an introduction. And here is the title, right?
In the previous lesson, Ria learned how to connect her smartphone to a cell
using a mobile device. And this, even though she's using right now a smartphone, like an iPhone smartphone, you can apply the principles of this to your iPad tablet as well, because the systems are very, very similar. So with that being said, so I'm gonna play this for you and we are gonna move forward. All right.
cellular and wireless
You can
network.
hear, right, Alex?
In this lesson,
Yeah, can you turn the volume up
the
Yeah.
using
apps
the sound
powering
on the
now
video
on
player?
Apple mobile devices.
Is that better?
In today's example, Ria is using an
A
Apple
little
iPhone
louder
and its
if you
applications.
can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Phones and tablets offer access
that's
to an
good. Thank you so
almost
much.
No
unlimited
problem.
number of apps. Apps are programs designed to help you accomplish different tasks. When Ria turns on her phone and wants to find all the apps on her device, she swipes left or right on her home screen. The first time that Ria turned on her phone, she noticed that some apps were already on the device. If there is an app that Ria wants to use but is not installed on her phone, she can add it by visiting the App Store, which is standard on iOS devices. Some of the most commonly used apps on an iPhone are communication apps that allow you to make phone calls or video calls, send text messages, and access email. Let's explore some of the most commonly used apps. The phone app allows Ria to make and receive calls. To use it, Ria taps on the app to open it. When the app opens, she will see her favorites, recent calls, her contacts, the keypad, and voicemail. There are two main ways to make a call. Ria can tap the contacts icon to select the name listed in her contacts app, or type a number on the keypad. After dialing a number, Ria taps the green button to start the call. When she is ready to hang up, she taps the red button to end the call. To answer calls, Ria taps the green phone button. Ria can also make video calls with friends and family. In this example, Ria is using the iOS app FaceTime. To start a video chat with her sister, Ria taps the FaceTime app, then taps the new FaceTime button. To FaceTime her sister, Ria can type her sister's name, phone number, or email address. Since her sister's name is in her contacts, she taps the name to select it, then chooses Video. FaceTime uses Ria's camera so she can be seen by the person she is calling. Older Apple operating systems only allow you to FaceTime with others who have Apple devices, but because Ria's phone is running a newer operating system, she can FaceTime with people who use other devices outside the iOS operating system. FaceTime works on either Wi-Fi or cellular networks. If Ria wants to send a text message to her family or friend, she will use the Messages app. When she opens the app, she can see her current conversations. She can use the search box to search all of her text messages. She can tap this button to start a new conversation, or she can tap a current conversation to send or read a new message and send a response. To create a new text message conversation, Ria taps this icon. She can send a text message to someone by typing their cell phone number in the To field, or she can select a name from her contacts. She types her message, then taps the green arrow to send it. Messages can be sent to one person or a group of people. Ria can also attach photos or short videos to her messages by clicking this icon and selecting an image or photo. Once selected, the photo will automatically populate in the text message she is about to send and allows Ria to include a message before hitting send. When Ria wants to send or read an email, she clicks the Email app. In order to receive or send an email, Ria must first set up her email app to connect to her email account. To set up an email account from the home page, Ria taps Settings. From the Settings screen, Ria scrolls down the page, taps on Mail, then Accounts, then Add Account. Ria follows the prompts on her device to sign in and complete the process. Most devices will automatically provide links to add email accounts from commonly used email providers. Ria can connect several email accounts to her device if she wants to. Once she has finished, she opens the Mail app to send and receive emails. Most mobile devices also come with commonly used apps that allow you to browse the web, listen to music, take pictures and videos, and get directions. When Ria wants to search the web from her phone, she launches a web browser. In this example, the web browser is Safari, which is included with the Apple device. This app works much like a web browser on a computer. Ria can search the web or visit a website using the address bar on the bottom of the screen. Ria can use her finger to swipe up to scroll down the page. In today's example, if Ria wants to listen to music or watch videos with her phone, she uses the Apple Music app. If Ria already has an Apple iTunes account, she can listen to the music and videos in her account, or she can purchase new music through the app on her device. Ria can also use her phone to take pictures or videos using the Camera app, which is built into the iPhone and iPad. To take a picture, Ria taps on the button shaped like a circle. She can scroll through this menu to switch between camera modes. Then she can use the app to view, edit, and share the photos and videos she's taken. After tapping the share icon, Ria has options to share the image in a text message, in an email, or other sharing platforms like social media. Ria can use the Maps app to find an address or get directions. The app provides directions for driving, walking, cycling, and public transit where available. To get live directions similar to a GPS, Ria must have a data plan and be connected to a cellular or Wi-Fi network. She may also need to give the app permission to view her location, or she can add the location manually. Ria wants directions to the local library. She enters the location in the Search Maps box. Locations that match her search come up. Ria taps the first choice because that is the location she wants to go to. The location displays. Ria taps the blue button to get directions where she wants to go, and the directions display. Ria can select directions for driving, walking, public transit, and bike. Ria's iPhone also comes with some useful accessories such as the calendar, clock, and calculator. The calendar app allows Ria to look at her calendar and schedule events. To use the calendar, she taps the plus sign to add a new event or taps on a day to see her schedule for that day. In addition to displaying the time on her home screen, Ria can use the Clock app as a world clock, an alarm, a stopwatch, and a timer. To set the alarm, Ria clicks on the plus sign, types the time she wants the alarm to sound, and selects if the alarm should ring in the morning or afternoon. She can add a name to the alarm using the label feature. She can select which sound will play when the alarm plays. Finally, she can select whether or not she can click snooze when the alarm sounds. In this example, the snooze feature is turned on. Once she is done, she clicks Save, and the new alarm displays. The Calculator app has all of the same functions as a basic handheld calculator. If you turn your phone on its side, it becomes a scientific calculator. With these apps that are built into mobile devices, Ria has access to a variety of useful tools wherever she goes. In this lesson, Ria learned about some of the commonly used apps on her iPhone. In the next lesson, she will learn how to add new apps to her smartphone. Click on the blue button to end this lesson.
All right, so that is the first activity of today's session. So if you guys have any question this far, feel free to ask them right now. Alex was typing something in the chat. No calculator app from Apple on iPad yet, but in the fall, the calculator app is coming to iPad OS 18. I
Yep.
think I
Okay.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's so strange. When I first got the iPad, I realized they didn't have the calculator app, even though it's been on the phone for, a while. The same thing it worked out with the health app. It took a year for it to come to
Yeah.
iPad. So yes. But that was a good review. Of course, if you all have an iPhone, that's very helpful. But it also for most of those apps, it's going to be this exact same features, things of that nature. So. If you all have any questions about anything covered in this activity so far, please raise your hand. Thank
I
you.
believe I believe some of some of, of the seniors have questions. So before we jump into the other one, go ahead, unmute yourself. I have Linda, Luis, Doris, and Leon.
Yes, I'll be able to direct them. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you so much, Annie.
no problem.
So first up is Miss Linda. Again, you have a question about what was just covered for Annie?
Yes, I do. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Uh, I have a question about the email.
Okay.
I have an iPhone, uh, in which I have my Gmail account on. I
Okay.
also previously had a Earthlink account, which
Mm-hmm.
still use, but I don't have it on my phone. If I
Right.
add it to my phone, my question, I guess, is will all of my Earthlink emails that are there uh, come onto my phone and take up space, or just when I log into it?
It's not that they will take a space, you just have them in the same place as the other email you use. So they will be in one application as opposed to you having to use multiple applications.
They'll be added to the Gmail, and Earthlink will be
So email
combined.
doesn't take too much space, Miss Linda. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
worried. I wouldn't be worried about the like just having this worry about the space. Just if you want to access them on your phone, you can add the account to your phone and be able to see all of those particular emails. So yeah, if I were
Okay.
to add, yeah, if you were to add any email account, you can see all of your emails that are in your inbox. So the
Oh,
answer is yes, but don't worry about the space. You can always check the storage on your iPad and iPhone as well.
Yeah.
okay.
The
Thank you
space
so
is
much.
no
Mhm.
problem. The space is not related to how many emails you have because each email has a individual space, right? So even if you have multiple emails added in the mail application, so each of those emails have a different internal space. So you don't have to worry about that too much, as Alex said.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, next up is Miss, thank you for lowering your hand. I appreciate that. Next up is Miss Louise. Again, you had a question or about anything covered so far?
Yeah, when she started, that's the beginning of how we got to that app.
Mm. So in the presentation that I used today, there is a link that you can use to get to where I was. But
Right.
essentially, I use that link, and in that link, there is a title that is called Technology Basics. And
Okay.
in that part where you go to Technology Basics, there is a different topics, right? Different categories, and you can choose the one that you want. The one that we are using today is iOS devices because I believe the majority of you have either an iPad, some of you have iPhones, and we
Mhm.
went for that option. But every link that we use to get here today, it is embedded in the slideshow that I hope Alex will share with you
Okay.
later on. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a new iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, the demonstration just now really helped me to know what's what, because I'm
Right.
still, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put the links to again, to each of the links that Annie has talked about in the chat. So make sure you check out the chat, Louise, and save those
Yeah,
links for later on, okay?
yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Again, don't forget to lower your hand and mute yourself. Thank you so much. Next up is Miss Doris. How are you doing? You have a question or comment for Annie?
Doing fine. How you doing, Alex and Annie?
Good.
Good.
Okay, I have a question now. Do you have to subscribe to AT&T in order to use this service?
No, this is free. You don't have to be a you don't have to have a subscription to AT&T to access this. This is completely free. Anybody who has the links that Alex has been typing in the chat can go to the website and access the courses. They are free and they are self-directed, meaning you can
Mhm.
just click in the ones that you find the most relevant to you and just use them.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Thank you so much, Ms. Doris. Again, don't forget to really appreciate that. Again, everyone, once you're called on, don't forget to lower your hand and mute yourself. Thank you so much. And our last question for now is from Mr. Leon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. My question was, do you have an option where instead of typing in, you can bring up a mic and you can speak in and it'll type it for you? And how would you
Yeah,
do?
yeah. So if we are talking about finding things online, Leon, I think that is how you say your name. If it's not how it is said, I apologize. But you go to let me stop my
I think
screen.
just to confirm, Mr. Leon, was your question, how do were you talking about, sorry, you muted yourself. Were you talking about dictation? You said speaking into the iPad, is that right?
Yes, yes. On some devices, thing on Android, it had a microphone where you could speak into it and it would type in the information rather than, yeah.
Yes. Do you mind if I take that one real quick, Annie?
No.
Thank you so much. So again, that's called dictation, Mr. Leon. So yes, there is an option available. So we actually cover that in module 5. So that will be next Wednesday at 1:30. But if you go to settings on your iPad, go to general, then keyboard, you'll be able to enable it. But I recommend you check out module 5 next Wednesday at 1:30 for that, okay?
If I may add something, Alex. So you have dictation in multiple options in your devices. Sometimes it would be in word processors when you are typing something. If you are a person who writes instead of writing and using your keyboard, you can use your voice. Sometimes it would be finding things online through voice as well. And that is an example I was going to show him. So he has an idea where to find that kind of option because that looks different depending on where you are. So for example, if you are looking something and I'm using Google as a reference, every once in a while, if you are using dictation or want to use voice to write down things, this is example of looking something online, you will use the microphone. And normally you can press in the microphone and you will give the command. What it will happen is that your device will ask you to give permission to use the microphone so the voice can be recorded and you can give the command instead of writing down via your voice. So that's one of the examples, but Alex mentioned, other cases. For example, texting, instead of using the keyboard, you will find also a microphone in your keyboard and you can press in that. You will allow the microphone to be used. And then next time you can use your command to ask whatever you want and there you are. So it's gonna find it via voice as opposed to writing something down. All right. All right, it seems that we don't have any more questions on that particular one. So,
Yep, thank you, Annie. We can move on to the next activity.
okay, so let's go to the next
That,
activity.
that was a good review. I like the videos. Again, we've done something like this in the past, but it was like a presentation style. So I like the videos. I think
Yeah,
just a different spin.
absolutely. All right, so and if you are going through the activity such as we are doing today, notice that whenever you finish one, it will take you to the next one by default, right? In the bottom of each activity, you have the series of the course. So in order, you start with getting to know your device, navigating your mobile device, getting connected. We start in the fourth portion of it, and we are moving to adding and deleting apps. But as I say, you can take it in the way you want. There is no particular order. The reason why we did it this way today is because we are limited in time, and I just want to give you a sense on how the courses are so you know how to manage them. So before I also jump into the next course, pay attention to the options you have, right? Because at the bottom of each course, you have the play and pause button, meaning if you are watching something, you can play at that very moment, write a note and play again, and you can play and pause and do it as you wish. You have also a button that allow you to return to the session in case the session is already over and you want to start it over again because you want to grasp the concept of the session, so you can do that as well. You have the volume button that allow you to either increase the volume or reduce the volume. So at the beginning of today's session, for example, let's ask me to increase the volume to make it a little bit louder. And if you have that issue, you can do that as well. You have subtitles. So if you want to subtitle or caption the session or the video, you can do by clicking here and it will do that for you. And you have preview, which is going back to the session before this one. So you have this, and you can go back in case you want to review the same thing all over again. Once you are ready, what will happen is that you can just click in here to end lesson, and that will take you then to the next portion, right? And it will say something like, congratulations, you have completed activity such and such, and what follows next. So next is adding and deleting apps, and you simply can click in, continue, and it will display that information for you, right? Also, it has kind of a progress bar at the very top that it shows where are you and what have you complete, because it's a course after
In
all.
the previous lesson, Ria learned about some of the commonly used apps on her iPhone. In this lesson, Ria will learn how to add new apps to her mobile device. In today's example, Ria is using an Apple iPhone and downloading apps from Apple's App Store. To add new apps to an iPhone or iPad, Ria will tap on the Apple App Store icon located on the home screen. When the App Store is open, Ria can browse featured apps, look for games, or search for an app by name. Ria wants to look for a dictionary app, so she taps the search icon, then begins typing dictionary in the search box. Automatic suggestions begin to appear below the search box as she types. Ria taps dictionary. There are many apps to choose from. Some of them are free and others need to be purchased. In today's example, some commonly used dictionary apps appear. Ria is interested in downloading the Merriam-Webster app. If an app has a Get button instead of a price, like this example, the app is free. If Ria sees the Open button, the app is already installed on her device. If she sees a cloud icon, that means she previously purchased the app, but it has been removed from her device. She can download it again for free by tapping on the cloud icon. Ria taps the app, which in today's example is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. This will show details about the app, preview pictures, and customer reviews. Ria should consider the publisher, ratings, and reviews before deciding to download an app to her iPhone. To install this app, Ria taps Get, then taps Install. She receives confirmation that the app will be downloaded. If the app is not free, you may be required to authorize the purchase by typing in your Apple account password or by verifying with your Face ID. Once the app downloads, it appears on her home screen. Many apps have regular updates. These may add new features, fix problems, or increase security. The iOS will automatically update the apps when the phone is connected to a Wi-Fi network. If Ria prefers to update the apps manually, she can do it from the App Store. To update the iOS, Ria would tap Settings, tap General, and tap Software Update. The screen will show Ria if there are any software updates to install. If there are, she follows the prompts on the screen to install the updates. Ria can also remove apps she no longer wants. To do this, she finds the app on her device. Then she presses and holds her finger on the app. A menu of options appears. She'll tap Remove App. Based on Ria's preference, she can tap Delete App to delete the app and its contents from her device, or choose Remove from Home Screen to simply remove the app from her home screen view. Ria taps on Delete App. When asked to confirm that she wants to delete the app, she taps Delete. The app no longer displays or is accessible on her device. In this lesson, Ria learned how to install and delete apps on her new device. In the next lesson, Ria will learn about her iPhone's settings and preferences. Click on the blue button to end this lesson.
All right, so any questions about this? This one was a little bit briefer, but if you have any questions now, you can go ahead. We are gonna leave it here so I can take questions, and I have a small activity to do at the end if you guys want. And there is enough time after the question. So any questions about this?
And again, thank you so much for showcasing that. It's so important to be able to update apps and add them and delete them if needed, update your iPad and software, etc. So thank you. They gave a lot of really easy instructions to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. If there are no questions, we can do the game or the actual activity that I brought up for you guys. And this is more dynamic, right? If you have any, thoughts or you have the answer, feel free to unmute. I hope, Alex, is that okay? That they unmute and they let
Again,
us
you
know
can
the
raise
answer.
yeah, everyone can raise their hand if they would like to answer.
Okay. So here we have the first question and say, how many of you know? What do you think iOS stands for? Okay, we have the first hand
Yeah.
raised.
Again, if you like to answer this question, please raise your hand in Zoom. What do you think iOS stands for? You've covered that quite a bit, so let's see
Yeah.
who gets it. Hi, Miss Lynette. What is your
Hi,
answer?
how are you? I could be wrong, but I think it stands for iPhone operating system.
Yeah, it can be iPhone, iPad, iPod operating system, but that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Miss Lynette. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, guess the word. The words. It's 2 words here. Let's see who gets it. And I can give you a cue if you need. So the cue, if you have an Apple device, you will need this identification for almost everything,
Oh.
right? So that is the cue. So guess it. You can also type it in the chat. Miss Linda.
Okay, again, this another hint, you all sign up for this when you received your iPads as well.
Yep.
So
Yep.
sure
Yep.
to, yeah, keep that in mind. Miss Linda, what is your answer?
Apple ID.
Yes, ma'am, good job.
That's correct. That is the answer. Apple ID. All right. So let's go to the next
Oh,
one.
can
Oh,
you restart your slideshow or just make it full screen?
yeah. I just wanted to cover it, but there you are. All right. What about this one? What is a home screen? It's kind of in the picture, but I want somebody to dare to give me the definition of it. So home screen.
Yeah, again, I appreciate your answer, Miss Lynna. Let's see if we can get someone else. Again, what is the home screen? Well, as you can see, what is it on the iPad? Miss Doris, what is your answer?
The home screen is your main screen on your iPad.
Yes, it's the main screen on your iPad, also iPhone, also computer, Android. Home screen is the beginning of everything to go to different places. Yeah, good answer.
Thank you so much, Miss Doris.
All
Thank you.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so name at least 5 applications that come installed on different devices. So applications that you don't need to install, they already install when you get your device. It doesn't matter what brand or type of device is. It can be a Windows computer, it can be an Android tablet, it can be an iOS device. So just name 5 applications that you think come with these devices and you don't need to install them.
And of course, they talked about some in the video, so you could find those as well. Just 5
Yes.
different pre-installed applications.
Yes.
Again, thank you, Miss Doris. Please keep your hand up. Let's see if we can get again any new voices. Again, please raise your hand if you would like to share some pre-installed applications. Any other takers?
Okay.
Okay,
Miss-
thank you. Miss Wilda, again, can you name us some pre-installed apps that come on our devices?
Okay, we have email, we have
Mhm.
Safari, we have
Yeah.
messages, we have
Yeah.
telephone,
Yes.
we have Google.
It depends of the device. Google
G-
will come, yeah, but
well,
good.
Gmail,
Yeah.
Gmail, and of course iCloud. That was 5.
Yeah, you actually named 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I will say that Google and Gmail don't come installed on all devices. If you have an Android, you have likely Google set up because Android is related with Google. If you have an iOS device, Google is not installed by default. You will have to
Right.
install it. Yeah.
iCloud.
Yeah, iCloud
Yeah.
will be my files because there
Yeah.
is where it is. Okay. We can take another answer, Alex.
Thank you,
Like,
Miss Wilda. Appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay, Miss Carolyn, can you name some pre-installed apps that come on the iPad, your phone, Android? You got to hit unmute in the middle.
Yes, settings.
Settings. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes.
That's the main one, I think. One of the main
Yeah.
ones. Settings. And then
That's one of them.
your phone, I guess, dialing out.
Yeah. Good ones. Yeah, settings is one of the most important ones, I will say, because you can change almost everything from settings, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So let's
Thank
go
you
to
so
the
much, Miss
next one.
Carolyn.
Thank you, Miss Caroline.
Mhm.
All right. So for this one, guess the name of the application. I'm gonna give you the hint. It is often confused with a social media application with a similar name.
Oh, took me a second. I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
And please raise your hand if you'd like to share in the name of the application that you see. And
Yeah.
what are those words? Uncovered letters.
Yeah. It is often confused with a social media application and it has a similar name, but it's not the same thing. Okay.
Again, thank you, Miss Lynette. Keep your hand up. Let's see if we can get any new voices. Thank you so much. Just keep your hand up. Can you provide the hint one more time, Annie?
Yeah. So the name of the application or these applications is often confused with a social media application. Right? They have similar names, but they are not the same.
Mhm. Any other takers? Okay, well, thank you again, Miss Lynette. What do you think the answer is?
I thought it was Facebook, but I don't think it's Facebook now. But it's some kind of book.
Yep. Thank you, Miss Lynette.
It's some kind of face for sure.
Okay, Miss Wilda, what is your answer?
FaceTime.
Yes, it's FaceTime.
Good
And
job, Miss Wilda. Thank you so much.
yes, the thing is, because it has the word face on it, some people think it belongs to Facebook, but it doesn't. It's just called FaceTime because in FaceTime you can use video call to contact other people, but it's not related with Facebook whatsoever. FaceTime is actually an application developed by Apple, right? All right. We don't have many more. I believe it's just 2 more. And let's see, what about this one? So what is the safest way to get new applications on your electronic devices? This should be a straightforward question and answer.
Okay, Miss Brenda, what do you say?
I'd say the App Store.
Yes, that is the safest way to get new application, the App Store, and that will look different depending on your device. If you have an iOS, it's the App Store. If you have an Android, it's a Google Play Store. If you have a Microsoft computer, is the Microsoft Store. And if you have a Mac computer, is the App Store too, because the App Store is for devices that belong to Apple. All right.
Good job.
Yeah, they are very, very savvy. All right. Name some of the most popular app stores used across different electronic devices, which I already did. And that's it. That has brought us to the end. And thank you so much for listening, of course. If you would like to learn this lesson or you need further assistance, you can go to our portal, cybersenior.org. You can also call our 844-217-3057 and register for a one-on-one session. And if you have questions and you like the interaction of being in a Zoom call, we have tech drop-in sessions on Thursdays at 2 p.m. in the application Zoom. You just need to register in the Cyber Seniors portal for that. And you can just bring your questions and we will do our best to assist you with those. All right, Alex, I think that is a wrap.
Oh, thank you. Again, please keep the, can you again see if we have any questions? Do you mind putting that slide back up with just your information so folks can take a screenshot real quick?
I don't. Let me
Yeah.
write it.
Thank you again. Thank you so much. Please make sure you check out the website for Cyber Seniors. Is also, you can tap on the name in our daily emails to access their website so you can see more information about their organization. Please make sure you take advantage of that phone number to register if you'd like for a one-on-one session, 844-217-3057. And they have weekly tech drop-in sessions from 2 to 3 on Thursdays. So again, thank you all so much for attending today. And thank you so much, Annie. I really appreciate the lesson and the change, the update. You know, I love the videos, and make sure you all check out the links in the chat to access those. Make sure you all stay on at the poll to complete a poll at the end for us to let us know how you felt about today's session. But what is your favorite iOS feature, Annie, before we end for today? What's your favorite app?
Settings.
Settings? I know you can do so much like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, your wallpaper, updating your iPad, just seeing all those different things. It's really convenient to have it in one app.
Yeah, I love settings.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I'll thank Annie for a wonderful presentation. And we'll see you next week for our next session with Cyber Seniors. Again, due to 4th of July, we had to move our session. So we'll be hearing from Annie once again next week to talk about age tech. Let's all thank Annie so much and wish her a wonderful rest of her day. And thanks so much for presenting. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, everybody.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Lauren.
Bye. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
For the rest of your
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.
Thank you,
too.
Annie.
Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
next week.
God bless.
Bye.
Next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.